I want to make a video about what I should do with my channel, but I'm kind of tired of just the regular old boring topics. I can use science to exactly optimize what other creators did and make a fantastic video. But when it comes to identity, it's gonna be much harder to find a consistent structure within science. Sure, there are things like the MBTI test, but I think those are less fun. Instead of looking at science, we're gonna look at spirituality today, especially because I wanted to make a really weird video topic this time. So I'm gonna look at astrology to understand what kind of channel I have. Now I can already hear you think, what a phenomenal idea. So usually astrology is applied to people. You get a birth date, you get a time, and you get a location. And then from that point, you make a snapshot of the sky. And that's basically gonna be how your life is gonna go or what you prefer. The fun thing is, I just suddenly realized, wait, my channel has a time of birth. It has a location where it was created. The location my channel was created, I know, is because it's where I live. The day my channel was created is visible on my YouTube channel. Now the time was a lot more difficult. I had to use the API of my channel. I didn't really know how to explain this because I just don't understand it. But I followed the steps and got the time of birth of my channel. And it's 1947. So there you go, there's your first fun fact about my channel. Okay, so before we go on, I need to give you a little explain like I'm 5 on how astrology works. So as I already explained, it's like a little snapshot of the sky, and that snapshot contains 3 elements. It contains the zodiac signs, planets, and houses. Now zodiac signs are really simple. You chop up the sky into 12 pieces like a little pie. A pie with 12 slices, and then each slice is a zodiac sign. Wherever that zodiac sign is at the moment of your birth, that's gonna be a personality trait, like, oh, really enthusiastic, or maybe just more intuitive. All of the planets moving within those slices in the sky are going to be more about topics about you personally. So for example, how do you think? That's gonna be Mercury. Or what are you like as a person, just in general? That's gonna be the sun, the biggest one. Now I know the sun's not a planet, but then again we also know that astrology is not scientific. So, you know what, let's just go with it. Finally, there's 12 more slices, and these are called houses, and you can see these as setting the stage for your subject. So for example, relationships, finances, all that kind of stuff. That's how you do reading. And then you get these little cool looking charts and a whole bunch of explanation. And then you can double check it on Wikipedia because every scientist uses Wikipedia. And then you can check it on ChatGPT because every scientific person I know uses ChatGPT. And then one last note, obviously, is that I heavily simplified the explanation for the sake of just making a fun video instead of the deep fundamentals. I don't really know those. Okay, so now all we have to do is to just throw our 3 pieces of information about the birth of my channel into a calculator and see what comes out. Okay, first we're gonna look at the sun. When people say what's your star sign, they're gonna talk about your sun. It's the basic one. For me it's Leo because I was born in August, but I made my channel 2 days after my birthday. So it was no surprise that my channel is also a Leo. Now one thing you have to know about Leos is that whenever they get the chance to tell you that they are a Leo, they're gonna. And so, there you go. The identity of a Leo is going to be warmth and wanting to be the center of attention, with its negative or dark sides being ego-driven. Okay, so does that mean this is going to be a flexing channel? Well, not really, because I just told you about the houses. Apparently, this house is in communication. This channel is going to be all about exploring topics together and having a discussion about it. That was the first piece of information we got from the birth chart, and I think it's fun. The second piece of information we got is that Mercury is in Virgo in the 7th house. So again, 7th house, house of communications, we're back there. And now we know about Virgo that Virgo symbolizes being really specific, being really thorough, and being really thoughtful. The gist of that is on this channel it would be interesting to discuss structures, how things work, to really dive deep into the complexity of things. Or in other words, I should probably mansplain more than trying to be funny. Next up, apparently we got 2 interesting placements in the 8th house. So the first one is Venus in Virgo and the second one is Mars in Scorpio. Now, apparently house 8 is the death house. Death. All in all, this house is pretty sick. Transformation, cycles, karma, regeneration, self-transformation. A lot of cool words that I like. So where Venus is about emotions and values, Mars is more about direct action and taking initiative. Scorpio is a really, really interesting one that I don't really understand, and it's quite scary. It's really slow, it's really calculating, and it only strikes when it's absolutely certain. Oh god, okay. I don't have any Scorpio in my personal chart, but apparently the channel does. I couldn't really take an interesting conclusion out of it. Maybe if any people are interested in astrology and they have any knowledge about this, they can comment below the video what it means. But this is what I found, so you might find it interesting. Okay, so next up we got Capricorn rising. Now rising is another way of saying it's in the first house. It makes sense, because if you start chopping off Earth into 12 slices to make houses, then the first slice is where you are, because that's where you start. So it's what you appear as, or what my channel appears at. Now, Capricorn is quite structured and quite professional. I assume that this means that this is what people are going to see this channel as when they first find it. It is what it appears as. That tells me I should probably be pretty professional and consistent with my branding, which is, even if astrology is utter bullshit, a very interesting and inspiring finding, because I actually resonate with that. I think my channel should look more professional, so I like that. The 12th house is all about self-reflection, and we again find Capricorn there in the moon. Now the moon is secondary to the sun, a very important placement in your birth chart, and it's more about emotions. So Capricorn also means pretty rigid, pretty professional, pretty serious. Hardworking as well. I should probably seek to explore topics that are interesting to both of us, you as the audience and me as the storyteller. So I think again that's a very interesting way to look at making videos. Finally, we got two different planets in Aquarius in the first house, and it's gonna be Jupiter and Uranus. Jupiter is about growth. How do you grow? How do you grow in the long term? Where are you going? What's your trajectory? Within the whole framework that we just created, Uranus is the more spiritual one. Aquarius is all about not being a sports drink. Aquarius stands for unconventional, quirky, or flat out weird. My YouTube channel growth might be very sudden, very out of nowhere, or very, I didn't expect him to upload this. We can make videos that are like, this is the conventional way to do things. What if we did it the unconventional way? What happens then? Those topics could be really interesting to make videos about it. I already have a few ideas of what we could do. You can see those in the next videos. So if you don't want to miss those, please subscribe to my channel. Also leave a like if you like this video. Or leave me a comment if you don't like this video. Give me some feedback, what I can do better. Or what you liked and what you'd like to hear more of. For example, if you like these astrology videos, I could definitely talk about it more, because I'm surprisingly interested in the topic, as controversial as that is. But that being said, I mean, that is the reason why I feel a bit uncomfortable talking about this concept. It's when we talked about going out of your comfort zone in the last video, this is probably taking one of those poles and doing like a really long jump, like a vierelje, but I gave it a shot. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. So, I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked this video. If you did, then please leave me a like. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace!